activity, I'm going to show you how to add a positive integer with a positive integer. In this addition statement, you can see the first number is plus 5. So we will keep 5 green squares for plus 5 and 2 green squares for positive 2. Now you can see that in total we have 7 green squares. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It means the addition, after addition of these two integers, we will get plus 7. Now I'm going to show you another sum where I'm adding a negative integer with a negative integer. In this sum I have written minus 2 plus minus 7. For negative 2 I will keep 2 red squares, and for minus 7 I will keep 7 red squares. Now you can see that in total we have 9 red squares. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It means that the answer is minus 9. Now I'm going to show you how to add a positive integer with a negative integer. So as we have done earlier, we will represent this plus 3 with 3 green squares. And for this minus 5, I will represent it by 5 red squares. Now children, remember, in the previous slide I have shown you the property of addition of integers, that when we add the integer, a positive integer with the same negative integer, it becomes 0. Here we have plus 1 and minus 1. It will become 0 and we will remove it. It will be cancelled. Similarly, we will remove this plus 1 and minus 1. And there is one more set of plus 1 and minus 1. So we will remove this also. Now finally we have minus 1 and minus 1. 2 minus 1. It means that minus 2 is the answer, because 2 red squares represent minus 2. So the answer is minus 2. Now I'm going to show you how to do this activity in the maths lab manual. First of all, you have to write down the activity number, then topic of the activity, that is addition and subtraction of two integers. Then you have to write prerequisite knowledge. After that you will write materials required. After that you have to write demonstrative procedure. Here you can see that I have written a set of procedure which you have to write in your lab manual. Now on the other side you can see I have written the statements of addition of two integers. The first one is addition of two positive integer. I have written plus 5 plus 2. For plus 5, positive 5, I have pasted 5 green squares, and for plus 2, I have pasted 2 green squares. In total, it is 7. We have 7 green squares. So we will write here plus 7. In the second statement, I have written plus 4 plus minus 7. This is a sum of a positive integer with a negative integer. Plus 4 represents positive integer. So I have pasted 4 green squares, and for minus 7, which is a negative integer, I have pasted 7 red squares. Children, do you remember we have done in the activity that plus 1 and minus 1 becomes 0. So we will cancel this. How can we cancel this? We'll cut it. In the same way, we will cut all the pairs of positive 1 and negative 1, because plus 1 and minus 1 is 0. Now you can see that we have minus 1, and minus 1. 3 red square. It means that our answer is minus 3. In the third statement, I have written minus 3 plus minus 8. This is the sum of a negative integer with a negative integer. For minus 3, which is the negative integer, I have pasted 3 red squares, and for minus 8, I have pasted 8 red squares. Now children, you can see in total we have 11 red squares. It means the answer is minus 11. Similarly, you can see in the fourth statement, I have written a statement minus 2 plus 6. Minus 2 is a negative integer and plus 6 is a positive integer. For minus 2, I have pasted 2 red squares, and for plus 6, I have pasted 6 green squares. Now, you can see that we have a set of a positive and a negative 1. So, we will cancel it. Now, we are left with 4 green squares. It means our answer is plus 4. After this, we will write down the observation and conclusion. In this way, children, you also have to do the activity in your maths lab manual.